this video, we want to review the real email, business email conversation in the real world for multi-million dollars project, not the fake made-up email templates that every other courses and textbooks have. I thought it would be very helpful if I share the email conversation with the client for the project in Mexico with Mexican clients and consultants. Just bear in mind that I crossed out all the personal information, personal identifiable information. First, I wanted to share how you can greet with the client or consultant, whoever is in the other side of your email. Most common greeting will be estimado. You could use this anywhere, anytime. Very polite way to greet other people. It is equivalent to dear sir or madam. So for example, I could say Estimado Oscar. Now bear in mind, Oscar is not the real name in this conversation. And make sure change it to Estimada when you are speaking to female person. For example, Estimada Laura. And of course, you could start with hola. Hola Oscar. That would be hi Oscar. And when you complete the conversation, when you close the conversation, you could say saludos. It is equivalent to regards in English. Here again, saludos was used by Oscar. As the other variation, you could actually say buenos dias, buenas tardes. If you want to start in this way, you could use buenos dias until around 2 p.m. And after that, you could use buenas tardes. And this is very common and regularly used by especially Mexican, but ¿qué tal? Is how are you? You could open up the conversation with this phrase. And he also said, un gusto saludarte. It means it's my pleasure greeting to you. So it's more like it was very nice to meet you, because this was an email conversation after we met in person in Mexico. Here again, I use estimado and saludos. Here's a good example of using different variations. This person said, hola Ryota, buena tarde. You could make it singular instead of buenas tardes. Here's another example, starting with buenos dias. She added, nos dio mucho gusto conocerte. It means it was very nice to meet you for us. And she closed the conversation with saying, cordiales saludos. It means equivalent to kind regards or warm regards in English. Here is an urgent conversation in WhatsApp messaging. So she started with saying, ¿qué tal? Meaning, how are you? And she explained who she is. For example, will be, soy Laura de P Company, Mexico. Meaning, I'm Laura with P Company in Mexico. So after the issue was resolved, she said gracias, meaning thank you. And then I said gracias a ti to her, closing the conversation. Here we discussed some issue and she agreed and said okay, and los esperamos. So she said she will wait for the stuff, and she finally closed the conversation with muy amable. Muy amable means very kind. This is a good phrase to remember for you too. And the next day, conversation started with hola, Ryota, buen día. This again is a good variation to use instead of buenos días. A singular form, buen día, is more affable way to say it. Also, at the end of the conversation, instead of saludos, you could say, making it as a singular form, un saludo. And this is another way to say it in more affable way.